Okay, so this week's review is of a course called Eagles Landing in Berlin, Maryland, which is just south of Ocean City. It is on the shore across from Assateague, Maryland, and that is just south of Ocean City. So this course I chose because I hadn't played a course in Maryland, a new course in Maryland for a while. It's another one of the Ocean City courses. There are many Ocean City courses, and there are a few that I wanted to try. And I was looking through the reviews of Maryland Ocean City courses, and I saw some strange things in the, I guess, the Google reviews of this course. Some guy complained that they tried to run him off the course. He started at 2 o'clock and they tried to run him off the course. A lot of people complained about the price. They thought it was overly expensive, that the course condition wasn't worth it. And there was some talk about, well, maybe that's because of the hurricane that we had up in Maryland over the summer. But all in all, just a lot of whining. Some people were unhappy about this, some unhappy about that. And I was like, well, let me go up here and see what this course is like. So I decided that I would put my 2 cents into the equation. I'm probably not the only person who's reviewed this course, but I thought I'd try it myself. So this became a bit of a trouble for me. It's about a 3.5 hour drive for me to get to this course. And I found that the Route 50 route all the way down from Queenstown Harbor is an easier route to drive, but it's not really the shortest route. And to come up 113 from Ocean City back is slightly faster, but it involves a lot of turns and twists, and basically you have to take 113 up, and then you have to take 404, and you have to huckle and buckle around just to get back to Route 50. And it's somewhat busy with traffic lights and stuff, and it's definitely not as calm of a ride as to go down through Cambridge and then turn east and take the Ocean City Causeway. But I will say that the drive is not really the problem. The problem is the time, because they do not want to let people out on the course unless they have plenty of time to finish their round, and they want to close early. They're one of the handful of courses that I've played where they don't stay open after, I would say 5 or 6, if the sun goes down at 7 or 8. They require you pretty much to have enough time to get in 9. They don't sell a twilight ticket. So if you don't get there with enough time to finish at least a 9, they won't let you out on the course. So over the weekend, the time changed and set the clocks back for an hour, which meant that you had to get there. I looked on their website today for their available tee times. They did not have a tee time after 1 o'clock. So I got out there and literally started my drive at 8:30, got there at 11:45. The problem I had on top of that was that it rained almost the entire way down. So this is the second time I'm coming down there. I went down there and went back, and it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous weather, but I got there at like 4:30 and they wouldn't let me on the course. So I went to Assateague and goofed around there for a couple hours and went to one of the bars in the area and then drove back. So beautiful afternoon, could easily have played golf. Most courses, almost any other course that I can think of, I've been playing golf until sunset at least. At least I would have gotten in 9, gotten some pictures in and come back out of there. Nope, had to go all the way back out there to play the course the next day. And it rains, of course, almost from the moment I leave my house. I come down, it's raining, drizzling a little bit as I go through DC, and then I go through Annapolis, and it just starts raining all the way down. Anyway, I have this kind of a streak thing going where I have routinely driven out in rain and gotten to the course, and it's not been raining there. Usually, if I get caught in rain, it's because I'm on the course and it starts to rain, and that's exactly what happened this time. I was on the course for 2 hours, got to about the 7th hole, and it just started not outright pour, but it was raining too hard to play. It was really cold and windy and stuff. And I just was like, I can't deal with this. I was getting kind of soaked, didn't have any plastic gear. Starting at about the seventh hole, I just drove around in a cart. I had the side benefit of keeping my phone dry, so it was easier to take pictures. And I took pictures of the 7th through the 13th holes. And then, so the reason I stopped taking pictures was because there really wasn't much to see. There really wasn't much interesting to take pictures of. By the time I got through the 15th and to the bathroom at the back of the course, I had realized that there just wasn't much going on from maybe the 10th through the 15th holes worth taking pictures of. And while it had stopped raining, at least long enough for me to take a few more shots, like a pano of, say, the area where the 10th through the 15th hole is, which is really just this, lot, a big lot, and the course zigzags up and down the lot. Around the outside of the course, there is just a green stand of trees, evergreen trees, and you can't really see anything, outside the course from the 1st all the way to the 15th hole. The 16th, 17th, and 18th, you can see over the marshland that looks south towards some condos and other property that's built up. But there's really, even there's not much to see. So I would say this course has virtually no visual appeal except for the course itself on the front side, maybe the 7th and 8th holes, and certainly the 16th, 17th, and 18th holes are okay because of the marshland there. But basically, it's just a flat course with virtually nothing to see other than the course itself. It's like completely devoid of anything outside the course. Also, there's an airport right to the north, and there's a trailer park on the other side of the fence behind the trees that you can see glimpses of. And there's a rescue dog pound, which is right next to the front tee box, the first tee box. And you can hear the dogs barking there every time somebody goes by the course. The dogs start barking. You can hear those over most of the front side. And that just gets annoying by about the 4th or 5th hole. And then a plane zoomed over my head while I was going down the 16th fairway. So I just rode out. I figured I'd leave the last few holes to you to go to see if you really want to go see the course. I think it was in decent condition. The greens were definitely in good condition. The course wasn't bad. It wasn't an awful course, but it just really didn't have a lot to go for it. There really wasn't much to it until you got to the last 2 or 3 holes. And I think the 10th, is a pretty good looking hole from the tee box. The course has some good shots off the tee, but pretty much once you get off the tee, it's pretty mundane. So overall, there's really not much to say. It's a 7,000 yard course from the very back tees, slope 131 even then, and I did find the management to be a little pushy and intrusive, and I just think it was a course that I could see playing, if I was staying in Ocean City, I might play it again. But there's a lot of other decent courses in Ocean City that are more interesting. And it just didn't have anything worth looking at other than the course itself to the degree that a golf course is worth looking at. And for that reason, I'm giving it a B at the most, and that's because it was, like I said, I'm giving it a B because it was in good condition. It did have some good shots off the tee, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't an awful course. It just wasn't a good course, really. I don't think it was really more for most, well, probably half of the course, than just an opportunity to go out and play golf. Not much more than that. It did have a fair amount of fescue instead of trees on the sides of the course. Some water, instead of swales in the middle between the fairways, and definitely some lakes and stuff out there, and a good amount of marsh. There was no question that there were some good challenging shots on this course, but other than that, just really not much going for it. That's Eagles Landing in Berlin, Maryland, near Ocean City.